Hey everyone, it's Jen over at jenscrappypages.blogspot.com, and today's project is this really sweet card that I made using the Pretty Kitty stamp set. And if it looks familiar to you, it's because I made two others very similar to it. I made them all at the same time a few weeks ago and just decided to kind of spread them out in my videos. If you haven't seen them and would like to, they are on my blog, but I can also link to it in the description on my YouTube video. They all have videos and they all have instructions for you to be able to print out and download if you would like. So let's get started with the supplies that you're going to need for this. For starters, I use this really beautiful Calypso coral ribbon from the Cupcakes and Carousels embellishment kit that's in the Occasions catalog. And then, of course, I used the Pretty Kitty stamp set, the Softly Falling embossing folder, which isn't just for snow. I kind of liked it for the dimension that it gave on the card. And then my go-to stitch shapes framelits and the layering circles framelits. And then I used the aqua painter that that Stampin' Up sells, and you actually get two of them that come in the package. One has just kind of a broader, longer tip, so I used the smaller tipped one of those. And then I also used a little bit of Wink of Stella for the flowers. And the inks that I used to color in were Pear Pizzazz, Mint Macaron, and Basic Black, Calypso Coral, Sweet Sugar Plum, and Blushing Bride. And then for the gray in the little bucket that he's sitting in, or the pot, I didn't have a gray stamp pad. The only one that I had was the Archival Basic Gray, and it didn't color as well. So I got out my watercolor pencils, and I just used the pencil out of this to color it in. For cardstock, I used a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of Calypso Coral, a 3 by 3 for the scallop, a 1 by 5, and then Whisper White was a 3 3/4 by 5, so I made it just a little bit smaller so I had more of an edge on this one. A 5/8 inch by 5, and then a 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 shimmery white cardstock, which is what I like to use when I watercolor on my images. So let's move this stuff out of the way. I'll try and keep that card up there in the corner. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp out Miss Little Kitty in Basic Black. And for this, you're just going to want to kind of get it in the center of this because you're going to cut out around it. So let's get out the big shot. So we're going to go ahead and cut out the scalloped circle in this, and then we're going to use the stitched one for the kitty. And if you don't have the stitched shapes framelits, that's okay. You can still use the circle that comes in the scalloped circles framelits, but I just like the look of the stitched ones. Okay, so I switched plates, and next we're going to go ahead and we're going to emboss the Whisper White. And what you're going to do is you're going to want to put your Whisper White pretty close to that top edge because we're going to stamp over in this corner, so we want as few of those little bumps as possible. I think I want that switched around. Nope. Alright, so it's going to look like that. Okay, so Here's our pieces. And I think I'm going to go ahead and start with the basic gray pencil. And I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of color this in. And depending on how light or dark you want it. So I think I'll probably just do that. And then kind of come in like this. And then I'm just going to take my water brush and blend all of those lines in together. Alright, so that's all it is for that one. And you're going to want to just have a scratch paper to get the extra color off of your water brush. Next I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my Calypso Coral and we're just going to squish the pad together so we get the color up here. I'm trying to bring my card down here in the picture so we can kind of have a good peek at it while we're coloring. So my Calypso Coral, and you're not going to want a whole lot of water on your brush because the images are so small. If you have too much water on it, it's going to bleed. Ask me how I know. So I'm just going to color in these little flowers here. And then I'm going to come in with my Sweet Sugar Plum. And we're just going to color in these right here. And I kind of went a little bit darker on this bottom portion. And I'll wipe some of the color off and come back in on this top portion. Might have wiped a little too much color off. There. Next we're going to use the Mint Macaron. I think the first few times I called it Mint Macaroon until I realized that it was a macaron. Alright. And then I'm going to come in with my Pear Pizzazz and I'm just going to color in these leaves. And then lastly, we're just going to color in his little ears, or her, I guess. I'm just going to color in here, like that, and then her little nose. There. And there you have it. See? Isn't that cute? So then I'm going to come back and just go over it quickly with just a little bit of Wink of Stella, and I'm just going to get the flowers. And there it is. There's all that shiny, shimmery goodness. Okay, so next we're going to go ahead and you're going to fold your cardstock in half and or score it at 4 1/4. And I guess then we're just going to set that aside and we're going to come over here with our 1-inch piece of Calypso Coral and we're going to just center that on this piece here, I guess as best you can. And then we're going to put this on top of it. That's going to go just here in the center of that. Okay, and then we're going to take out our ribbon. And I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on either side here. And I put it so the darker edge of the ribbon was at that went towards the bottom of it. And I'm going to wait to tie my bow, but I am going to put some dimensionals on the back. And my order should be here any minute, but I couldn't wait to do my video, so I guess we're gonna have to wait just a little bit. And that's gonna go right here in the center here. And let's get this put onto your scallop circle. And I'm also going to pop this one up, but I'm only going to put the dimensionals at the top and the bottom of it because we have the bulk here, so we don't need any on the sides. So she's gonna go, oh, I don't know, approximately ½ an inch or so from the side. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp on my sentiment, and that's just going to go in the basic black. And I'm going to pull it down here a little bit towards me so I don't get my head in the way. And that's just going to go approximately here. Oh, and it's a little crooked, but I'm okay with that because I really don't want to have to redo the whole entire thing. And then lastly, we're going to tie a bow right in the middle. And you know, bows are kind of funny. Sometimes I can get them right away, sometimes I fight with it a little bit. I know people are always saying, well, I can't get my bows just right, or I'm not good at it, but you know, I've been making bows for probably 10 years, and I think it's just a matter of kind of playing with it and maneuvering it, and I don't think you've ever seen, or I've never seen, a perfect bow. So I'm gonna just quit playing with it, tie it. Okay, I said I was gonna quit playing with it, but that looks good enough, huh? And that's it. There is your finished card, although that's going to bug me because that's a little bit longer than the other one. Okay, that's better. All right, so what do you think? Isn't she cute? So thank you very much for sticking with me and for watching this video. I hope that you learned something new today, or at least enjoyed the card. So thank you so much. And if you would like, you can go over to my blog, jenscrappypages.blogspot.com, and there will be printable and downloadable instructions for you to download if you wish. I'll talk at you later. Bye.